Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mike Fiesta.
Hey, Quincy Solano.
And we just got back from watching Bad Boys 3.
Damn, that was
Or good... Bad Boys for Life.
For Life, yeah.
Yeah.
For life.
For
Bad
Life.
Boys for Life.
So, what did you think of the movie?
I have to say that I was, I guess, pleasantly surprised. The movie was pretty good pacing-wise. Like,
yeah.
I think out of anything, you know, all the acting and everything, the pacing was the best part of it. Mm-hmm. Like, kept you entertained. People were laughing, you know. Like,
the comedy was good.
Yeah, comedy was good. Like, you think that, like, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, like, don't have it anymore.
That's why I was kind of skeptical about like going into this movie because usually like when it's the third installment, they're just like, okay, this is like the last hurrah movie, you know?
Right.
And like being like they're older too, right? I think Will Smith's about like 50 years old now.
Oh, is he? Dang.
So it's like
he actually looks good for 50.
It's like what are you gonna do? You know?
I mean, I wasn't too worried about Will Smith because he kind of still is in the limelight, so he still kind of does like the work, right?
That's true.
Like Martin Lawrence, I was really scared. I was like, I don't know if he still has it. You know, I grew up with In Living Color and all these things, and Martin Lawrence, like the TV show. So I was like, does this guy still have it?
Right.
And I mean, I have to say that he has it.
He definitely brought in like a lot of the comedy, you know, like Will Smith's all like action packed, like let's
serious,
just get in there, and he's like laid back, like just like no.
No. Yeah, it was so good. Yeah, and I mean, people who have seen the previews, it's a lot of like what makes this movie different. The storyline is like, you know, Martin Lawrence like is thinking about retiring, and then Will Smith is still like into the action. Yeah. So I mean, you kind of get that off of the trailers. We wrote a bunch of articles about it. Like, I mean, I think we wrote like 3 of them, and it lived up to its hype. I mean, I have to say,
it definitely did.
Like we've seen a lot of screenings.
Yeah.
And we've cats.
Don't remind me.
And we've been disappointed, but I definitely feel that like Bad Boys for Life is not a disappointing movie.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It definitely had my attention like from beginning to end.
Yeah. And it's so crazy because like right when it's just everything, they set it up nice. Like there's cool like, you know, reveals like and surprises, and so I think, you know, like going in even without expectations, like you'll be happy that you watched it.
And what's interesting too is you're a person that didn't even watch the first or second one, so it's like this is completely new to you.
Yeah, so they did a good job of like pacing and storyline for people who haven't even seen the movie before. So, I was going in just because, you know, you're invited to the premiere, you go, and then I was watching and like I enjoyed every single moment. Like, and people all around me were laughing. Like, like that's where, you know, like a movie's pretty good. Like when people are like literally laughing and not just like forced laughing.
Yeah.
You know? So that was,
I mean, they definitely brought it for sure.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, it's nice because it's like you didn't have to watch like 1 and 2 to understand what's going on in this one.
Right.
They made it where it was easy enough to follow still.
Yeah, and I think it's like it's kind of like very different from Star Wars. Like, you know, like Star Wars the Last Skywalker or
Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker. Like the issue with that is like some of it you kind of need to know some of the story.
Yeah. Normally, like with the series, right? Yeah. There's always something going on from like 1 to whenever.
So for that type of movie, you can watch it from the beginning, and it's like its own contained storyline. But then you also know the guys from like, and most of the other characters like the chief and everyone from movies past.
Yeah. They're very recognizable.
Yeah.
So overall, what would you say you would rate this movie?
I mean, I would give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I would give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I would give it an 8 out of 10 too.
And you know, it's funny because I was telling you earlier, like I don't even watch movies like this. Like, these are I need like magic, I need like fighting, I need swords and dragons, but this one, like, you know, guns and, you know, the 2 cops. Good enough for me.
Yeah. So that's what's interesting too, is because you come from a background where like you don't normally watch these type of movies, but you can say that you actually enjoyed this movie.
Yeah,
I think that says a lot.
Yeah,
you know?
it does. Yeah,
it definitely does.
I mean, I'm hoping for the best for them, that they'll do good at the box office. There's a lot of like still popular movies out there that people can watch. So, you know, I think it'll do well.
So you definitely would recommend this to somebody?
I would 100% or like 95% would recommend. Would recommend.
Why? What's the other 5%?
Well, there, you know, like, it's not my type of movie.
Yeah. 5%. That's the 5% off.
Yeah, it's not my type of movie.
Oh, and you still give it 95%.
Yeah, 95%. Yeah.
Okay.
8 out of 10, 95%. That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would say the same thing about 8 out of 10. Overall, the comedy was good. The action was good. Even I felt the storyline was pretty interesting, you know? Like, there was some, like, twist.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
you know?
surprise.
Like, I didn't think, like, that was going to happen, you know? So it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, overall, I would recommend this to somebody to at least watch it once.
Right. It comes out on the 17th, so, you know, if you're thinking about going, I would highly suggest to go check it out. Like, if you're looking for that kind of balance of between comedy and action,
yeah.
It's a good movie. It's good.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to get into the spoilers now. So, you have been warned. If you go past this part, there's spoilers ahead. We're going to talk about like more of the storyline and get more like a deep dive into it.
And there is opportunity for this movie to be spoiled because
there's a secret ending at the end.
Secret ending. It's like
we had to watch like the credits a little bit and then it popped up.
Yeah. So there's that.
What do they call that? Like a
mid-credit scene.
A mid-scene.
Mid-credit scene.
Yeah.
Mid-credit scene. Not an ending credit scene.
Yeah. So okay. So jumping into the spoilers.
Yeah.
Overall, like, I definitely thought it was a twist that you find out the person that's hunting down Will Smith.
Yeah.
Because in the trailer, you know that somebody's hunting him down. That turns out being his son.
Yeah, it was his son, and that was the craziest thing because then he kind of like goes into the like how it all happened.
Yeah.
Like, probably 3/4 way through the movie, and then he just kind of bombshells it, and he's like, "Oh dang!" But I think what makes it even more interesting is the fact that not only is he hunting him, it's also connected to like a mission that they had.
Yeah.
Yeah, like. So they had an operation, I guess, some type of undercover operation where he didn't know who he was. Then he met someone on the job, right? And then kind of he had a decision to betray a lot of his like colleagues, and then he didn't. So, but the woman that he fell for was someone who went to jail.
And he put her in jail.
Oh yeah, he put her in jail
because she was like a ruthless killer. He was saying,
and then.
Because she was the wife of like a huge like mob boss. Cartel boss.
She was a cartel boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he got her knocked up, and then she ended up in jail, gave birth while she was in jail.
But she didn't say anything.
She didn't say anything, and then that kid, the son, ended up becoming the person who was pursuing Will Smith the whole time.
And it's like the son didn't even know that was his dad until the end too, so that was interesting. I don't know. For me, it's like it kept me on the edge of my seat because. You know, as you go along through the movie, his son is killing off, you know, his colleagues.
Close people, close people.
So it's like now you're put in this position when you're watching. It's like, is he going to kill him?
Right.
Or is he going to try to save him?
Yeah, because he killed important people.
After the fact that he killed, these people, you know.
Who were important to him. I mean, I would think, like, you know, if he had evidently killed Martin Lawrence, then he probably would have been like, oh, but that kind of worked out at the end. I mean, there's so many different moments where it looks like everyone's gonna die eventually, and then they don't. But
because even like in the beginning when like Will Smith gets shot up, I'm like, oh shoot, what's gonna happen? You know,
and he's like, oh,
because you never know with like trailers nowadays. Like they could just show like the beginning of the movie,
right?
Then it's like if he dies out, it's like you would never know through the trailer. You know,
that's. I mean, you're always guessing, right? I mean, that's what I think is a sign of a good trailer is like when you can't predict the story. You know, because sometimes like they just tell you the whole story. And I'm like, what did I just watch? Like I watched the whole movie in this trailer. But I think there was a lot of cool like additions to the movie. I mean, Khalid was kind of interesting.
Well, supposedly he did the soundtrack for the movie.
Oh, he
so
did.
It was definitely cool to see like his cameo in the movie.
Yeah.
Because he plays a role in the movie of Butcher.
The Butcher.
Yeah.
So I would have to say in the beginning it is a little bit slow paced, like in the beginning. I think because they have to set up story. They have to do all these
introduce you
things.
to the new characters. Yeah. And that's what I liked about it is like you had a cast of old characters merged with the cast of new characters. Yeah. And they're just like it just shows how like they like bond with each other and like
interact with one another.
Yeah.
So I think it was interesting. I think like where the pace picks up is definitely where Khalid is like the butcher, right? And goes to see him, and then that's when all the action kind of kicks off.
Once you hit that point,
So I think Khalid was cool. I thought Vanessa Hudgens was cool.
Oh yeah.
When I saw her, I was like, what the heck? Like Vanessa Hudgens in here?
I can't remember his name, but I really like the big white guy.
Oh yeah.
But he's like super nice, but everyone's just like, dude, you're so big.
He's the tech guy, right?
He's like the biggest one out of all of them.
Yeah, he's huge. Yeah, right? He's kind of a huge guy.
I like the part where they're doing the gunfight scene.
Yeah.
And Will Smith's just telling him, like, dude, you're just going to have to, like, protect us and kill some people, but I'll pay for your therapy. And he's just like, well, I really am going to need therapy.
I need group therapy. They said, oh, we should do group therapy. And they're like, yeah, no. That's not
so happening. I think that was funny. Like, there was so much good comedy.
Yeah, and I think the addition of those, like, I guess supporting characters or the supporting cast, like with Vanessa Hudgens, the new chief.
Yeah.
Right. That guy. I think he was in the Hunger Games. That white guy. He was in the Hunger Games.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. And then the other people. Like it's kind of neat because Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are like the grandpas now. So
like it was like old school merged with new school.
Yeah. And then one of the scenes, right? They go to the club. Right, they go to the club, and then of course everyone looks hot, right? And then you see Martin Lawrence, and then you see Will Smith trying to get into the club, and it's like, oh, that's my uncle.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you can let my uncle in. That's my uncle.
Yeah.
Let him in. And then he's like, oh.
Like this movie definitely pokes fun at. They know like what kind of movie this is,
Yeah, totally. Yeah, they own their.
It's like they made fun. They make fun of each other, you know.
It's not like old people are trying to act young again. And trying to like be badass cops.
It's like they know they're old school, and then they know that they're new school. You know.
Yeah, and that's actually the beauty of the movie as a whole. I think like it ties in the whole Bad Boys theme. It ties in the Bad Boys song. It ties in all the like side characters. It ties the villain in with
like everyone's connected in the movie almost pretty much.
Yeah, and the way that sequentially how the story goes is just you just feel good at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
like, you're just like, oh,
like it was satisfying. You know, I was like, okay,
yeah,
because it's like I wasn't sure like how they were going to end the movie. Yeah. Given like everything that happens throughout the movie. Yeah, but it's like I thought it was a good ending too.
Right. And I think it's cool because they kind of set it up to pass off the torch. Like, I mean, I don't know who the son was, like if he was a famous actor or not, but at the end, he obviously goes to jail because he killed a bunch of people, and then Will Smith offers him a badge, right, as a form of redemption.
Yeah, to lower his sentence.
Yeah.
So probably he's gonna ask him like maybe some information about the cartel or something. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and I think like that whole part like shows that I think that they could do another Bad Boys, but the leads wouldn't be Martin Lawrence or Will Smith. It would be like maybe the son or one of the like that whole group. Actually, that whole group, like Vanessa and all of them, and that. I
think the group was called Ammo.
Yeah, like they could make their own movie. Like I was thinking that like all
a
of them
side
together,
story.
Yeah, like a side
like
story.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw. That's what I was thinking.
It's like Bad Boys but side story.
Yeah. That's exactly right. So. Everybody, all the acting was good. The action was good. I mean, even the funny parts about like the wife.
Oh, that was my favorite too. When Will Smith's talking to Martin Lawrence and he's telling him that the wife was a witch.
Yeah.
And Martin Lawrence is like, Mike, what are you doing messing around with a witch, you know? Yeah. He's like, you didn't wear a condom when you messed around with the witch?
Yeah, and he asked people on the plane. He has everyone on the plane.
He's all like, hey,
would you fuck a witch? Would you fuck a witch? I was like, oh my God.
They're like, no? And then he's just like, okay.
Yeah, I would not.
Definitely the comedy was on point for sure.
Yeah.
Like
the writing, the timing.
Yeah.
Everybody was pretty, like,
it was good.
Super funny. Yeah.
But like I said, I think the main thing I was just worried about the movie was, them being at their age now. But I mean, they pulled it off so well.
They pulled it off. And like I said, I was worried, like really worried about Martin Lawrence because I didn't think he had it in him, But I guess if you're funny, you're always funny.
Yeah.
Like, he could.
And I think that's what complements it because Martin Lawrence, I feel like, was the lead for the comedy, and Will Smith was the lead for like action, the action and the suspense.
Yeah, I mean, well, he was the one who initiated all the fights. He was in all the fights. Like he was shooting, rolling down. Like he definitely did majority of the action. I think Martin Lawrence was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna make people laugh. Like
but I mean they support each other very well, so it was good.
And I think the story was really good where like they would go and investigate certain places like the accountant and go to the butcher and all these places just to get information, and it all made sense. You know, like it made sense what they were doing. So. It's a great movie.
Yeah, overall great movie. I definitely would recommend it to everybody to watch if you're into comedy and action, suspense.
Yeah, me too. It's and like I said, I don't watch movies like that, so in order for me to like it had to be a really good movie. So. I would watch it. I think I would actually watch it again. I would watch it again
too.
I would watch it again.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Stay tuned for our next videos, and we'll see you back next time.
Okay, see ya.
Hey, what's going on? This is Mike from MetaHuman Entertainment. For anything TV, geek, news, or movies, like and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a video.